Hello and welcome. There are a few keyboards that can easily swap from low profile to high profile switches, all within the same chassis and body, and at the same time offer multi-mode connectivity, a fairly light and all plastic build that screams "don't knock it till you've tried it," come pre-assembled with all the layers for a sweet dock. A sweet, smooth, and nerve-soothing sound. Well, I have for you today one such keyboard. This is the NuPhy Kick75. It is a 75% keyboard with the characteristics I've described above. But that doesn't tell the full story of this keyboard. Let's look a little deeper and let me share with you my experience with the Kick75. But first, a disclaimer. The NuPhy Kick75 was provided to me for review. However, all opinions in this video will be wholly my own and none have been privy to editorial review of the content herein. And please click that like button, click the subscribe button, and turn on the notifications by pressing the bell icon so that you're the first to know when there's new content available here. Let's begin. The Kick75 is the world's first high-low profile switchable hybrid keyboard. Featuring the introduction of cherry-style high-profile keycaps, this keyboard allows you to fully swap out the keycaps from low to high, allowing you to switch it up. But first, let's start with the chassis. An all-plastic chassis with all the right layers for a premium, smooth, and calming typing experience, including a flexible gasket structure, multiple types and layers of foam for sound dampening, and to fill out the internal space in that keyboard. This helps to reduce the hollow and ringing sound, which causes not only excessive noise, but can be irritating over prolonged use, particularly when in a quiet environment. And regardless of whether you choose to outfit the Kick75 with high or low profile switches and keycaps, you'll get the dampening, foam, and gaskets with a matching height top cover to ensure that smoothness, quiet, and soothing sound remains. The Kick75 features a jog dial that is uniquely designed for volume and mute adjustments out of the box. It is a unique aesthetic. Combine this with the transparent top plate and housing of this keyboard, it provides a very unique and standout look in any setting. This keyboard will certainly turn heads is definitely a conversation starter. The Kick75 also comes with tri-mode connectivity, a must-have on most keyboards today, giving you the most versatile options for using your keyboard. You can connect via wired USB Type-C connection, Bluetooth pairing with up to 3 devices, and wireless mode using a provided USB dongle. As for the switches, you can choose from a variety of newly designed switches in collaboration with Gateron. NuPhy has come up with Nano and Max series of switches for the Kick75. The low-profile switches are called the Nano, and the high-profile are called the Max. They offer a variety of red, brown, silver, and blush switches. Also available is an ergonomic soft-touch wrist rest that matches the styling and offers additional comfort. The material is nicely textured and has a very soft feel when resting your paws. It's also trimmed nicely with a bright and energetic NuPhy tag on the left side and with controller icons that will represent PlayStation, Xbox, or other controller buttons familiar to most of us on the right side of the wrist rest. And on the back of the wrist rest, we see some nice touches with an embossed NuPhy Studio branding and other details. It's nice to see a keyboard with a matching set of accessories and an aesthetic which is carried over from the keyboard itself. So if you like to invest in matching accessories to create a theme or give preference to aesthetics, then the Kick75 will have you covered. The keycaps featuring on the Kick75 are, as you would expect, top tier. They are double-shot PBT keycaps with that unique and original NuPhy spherical design and have anti-shine technology so that you know they're built to last. I quite enjoyed using this keyboard with the low-profile keycaps, though that is not my first preference. That said though, if you're like me, you can purchase this keyboard in high-profile keycaps and switches as well. Or if you prefer, at a later date, you can purchase the top cover kit and a set of keycaps to swap out easily, considering that this is the world's first hybrid keyboard. You won't need to miss out on the sound dampening, tuning, fit and finish of the Kick75's body, thanks to the chassis design that can support both low and high profile switches and keycaps. As for those of you who are fans of RGB, well, the Kick75 brings it in spades. The lighting is vivid and has multiple levels of brightness adjustment. The one downside, however, is that the lighting does not shine through the keycaps, but the lighting is bright enough that with the exception of a pitch black room, you can easily identify and continue typing. All right, that's enough talk. Now let's do a typing test here with the NuPhy Kick75, and I want to demonstrate to you here what is the typing sound from this keyboard. Now keep in mind that this is the low profile keycaps. You can also get a high profile keycap version, or alternatively you can purchase a cover kit and the extra keycaps here for having both different options here swappable depending on your mood. So let's begin with a quick typing test. Okay, and now we'll demonstrate some of the keys here by pressing some of the different keys so you can hear the stab noises. All right, and before we wrap up here, I want to talk about the softwares for support for the softwares. And before we wrap up here, I want to talk about the software support for the NuPhy Kick75. Now, of course, this is a QMK/VIA compatible keyboard, but in addition, NuPhy has set up their own kind of interface here for software for managing this keyboard, and it can all be run through the browser here. So basically, you go to this website, nuphy.io, and there you can click on the Start NuPhy IO button. It will bring you to this keyboard configuration. Once you've connected your keyboard here with a wired connection, you can also connect it here in with the as an HID device into the browser. This is pretty much a similar method that Chrome uses in Chromebooks to connect all of your peripherals to the browser itself. So basically it allows you to use the HID device here, which is an input device, into the keyboard, and once it's connected into the browser, you can go in and configure everything. Now, because the Kick75 hasn't actually launched yet, the drivers for this aren't available, and there isn't actual support yet in the NuPhy IO software. It's coming very, very soon here. But I do want to jump in here and give you a quick demo to show you what exactly the software looks like. So there's a few different things in here. First of all, you can tune from Mac, Windows, or gaming modes. And of course, Windows is the default mode here. Once I jump in, you'll see here that I'll start to see all of the macro keys here and all of the different keyboard setups that I can consume. Now, this is based on the Field 75 HE. Of course, you can change all the different models, and that will depend on which model you've selected or paired in the NuPhy IO software using the HID connectivity within the Chrome browser. Once you've done that, though, you get a few different configurations. You get key bindings here. You get trigger settings. Of course, this can adjust if you have a Hall effect keyboard. The Field 75 is a Hall effect keyboard. You can adjust the magnetic activation and deactivation points. Of course, you've got macro recording here as well. You can set up and build all kinds of macros, and you get all the lighting effects controls here. So similarly for the Kick75, you'll be seeing very similar controls and customization using the NuPhy.io software once the Kick75 has made its way into the market. It's currently up for pre-order, by the way, and you can use the link in our description below to get a little bit of a discount and to help the channel if you're going to purchase this device. And of course, in mode settings, there's a few other things you can consider. You can lock out the Windows key, Alt F4, Alt Tab, and we've got some gaming optimization here, which gives us a lower latency and higher polling rates. In case of the Kick75, I believe the polling rate for that is 1000 hertz. Not 8,000 as you have for the Field 75. Nonetheless, you can control those settings from here. And of course, you can go into settings here and adjust a few other things. For example, firmware updates can also be managed through this interface. Currently, there isn't a firmware update available for the Kick75, so you're not seeing anything mentioned here. Of course, when you initially pair your keyboard, all of these things will be specific to the keyboard model that you have here. So keyboard upgrades, firmwares, and the key bindings, the setup, the trigger settings as well, all of those things will be specific to your keyboard model. You can also go in here always and go into the gaming mode. If you select the gaming mode, you'll get a few additional settings here for customization, but again, that all depends on the certain model that you have. So it's very nice to see that NuPhy is moving towards a browser-based interface versus having a download application that sits in your system tray and consumes resources all the time, because it's not often that you'll be doing this, of course. So it's very nice to see them take that into consideration. So pretty much looking forward to this software when it comes out. I may do a dedicated review on the actual NuPhy.io software and how to use it to customize your Kick75 once it's come out. But for now, this is a quick overview of what you can achieve with the NuPhy.io software. If you've been in the mechanical keyboard space or have now gone through several keyboards and are looking for an enthusiast level keyboard, then perhaps you should consider the Kick75 from NuPhy. If you love the 8-bit retro aesthetic or the spherical keycaps, this will be right up your alley. And if at a later date you decide to switch it up, well, look no further. All you need is a cover kit, a set of keycaps to go from low profile to high profile switches and keycaps. It offers a fantastic set of features. The transparent chassis is very attractive and uniquely designed. It has tri-mode connectivity and has fully swappable switches and keycaps. This is the latest product from NuPhy in their wildly popular series of gaming and mechanical keyboards, and I think this one is a hit. I really enjoyed my time and typing experience with this keyboard, and it's become a mainstay on my desk. Well, that's all I have to say in this video. I hope you enjoyed this content, and if you did, click that like button, click the subscribe button, and turn on the notifications by pressing the bell icon so that you're the first to know when there's new content available here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.